All right. Maz, how are you?
I'm very well, thank you, Jamie. How are you?
Yeah, very well. Very, very well indeed. Great to speak with you. I'm really grateful for you sitting down and doing this. Um, so obviously you've been in the academy for God, 7 months, 8 months, something like that. It's gone by really quickly. But what was it that attracted you towards the academy to start with? I know that we spoke a fair amount before you joined, but what was it that attracted you towards the academy?
It's a bit cliche, isn't it? But you, Jamie. I think I've watched quite a few of these videos, and I watched them like before I joined up,
Yeah.
and I think everybody gave sort of more or less the same answer. But it's true. I think like when you speak to somebody one to one directly about business and where you are, and they sort of have the knowledge to fill the gaps of like where you're struggling. And I think the first time you and I had a chat, it was quite a lengthy one because we'd
Yeah, it
booked in like
was. I
30
remember.
minutes. Yeah, and I think it turned into like an hour and 30 minutes. And I thought, right, the first questions you sort of ask yourself is um like when you're looking for a coach, which is what I kind of was,
Mm.
is can I work with this person, and immediately to hit it off and say, yeah, look, I can, and are they sort of answering the questions that I'm sort of struggling with.
Mm.
And it was sort of like speaking to you and having that I don't know, that guidance really, that yeah, he understands where I'm at and what I need to do to get to the next stage. So I think I'm 90% sure, but after that first chat, that okay, I think this sounds really good, and this is what I want to do.
Cool. Sounds awesome. Yeah, I remember that first chat. Yeah, we talked for a long time. It just like it was effortless as
Yeah.
well. And for me, I shared the exact same thing. And I'm really glad you said that because as a coach, you want to work with people that you like. And I think a big part of having that really good relationship when you're working together is like you have to like each other to start with. Like if you don't like each other, it's never going to work.
Yeah.
So that was such a good initial conversation, and I was immediately thinking the same. I was like, absolutely, I could work with Maz. This would be great fun. So I'm glad you said that. What was happening in the business at the time? You mentioned that I was able to answer some of the questions you had about things that were happening. What was it that was happening that you felt like maybe you needed a bit more support with?
I think sort of as any business owner, whether it's a cleaning business, whatever business it is, whether you've got a shop or an online platform where you're selling, I think as a business owner, it can be very, very lonely sometimes when you're going through difficulties. So like things can run really smoothly, and you think, oh yeah, business is great, but the reality is that often you find yourself hitting these obstacles where you think, oh gosh,
Mm.
what can I do? And the beauty of the cleaning industry is that you've got these online forums which are fantastic, but sometimes you kind of just you need a bit more of a mentor, really, a coach, somebody who you can just turn to and say, look, these are the problems that I'm having and I need solutions. So I've been in business for 2 years, and I'm very, very new to the industry, and I came from a background that had nothing to do with cleaning, although I came from a background that was like managerial level.
Mm.
I thought I knew everything until I started business, and it was just day to day things where things would go wrong. The staff wouldn't. I couldn't hire any staff. I found myself struggling with that, and just general day to day things that I was struggling with. Something would happen. Somebody would call in sick, or a customer would be really difficult, and I just didn't know how to cope with these things. And what happens in business is you have a problem and you think, okay, I'll let it slide. And then you have another problem and you think, okay, I'll let that one slide. But then when you have another problem after that, you think, okay, how much can I actually let slide?
Yeah.
Because at this point, you know, and I needed somebody a little bit more than an online forum
Hmm.
where I could go back and say, look, um, these are the difficulties that I'm having. I'm having problems with recruitment. I'm having problems with staff who think that they can do whatever they want. I need some basic like rules. I need to sort my my workout in the background, so I'm not following the correct rules and regulations. I need to brush up on my paperwork. I need to sort all these things out. And this is where you came in. Um, because having all these struggles after a while, it can kind of get to that point where, you know what, why did I choose to start a cleaning company? You know what I mean? That
Yeah,
it can
we've
be
all been there.
difficult, and it can, yeah, like I said, it can be very lonely when you have these problems because you think, what should I do?
Yeah,
What should I do? Who could I go to for advice? And I think, having somebody like you really has benefited me, because you've sort of answered all the questions that I've ever had. When I have issues, we check in, and I tell you about my problems, and there's always a solution. And having somebody there who, who's got the experience to deal with these issues, who's come from a background that you've come from, somebody who says, look, it's fine, or no, you need to deal with this problem immediately. It is really, really beneficial. Like I've gone from having the world of problems on my shoulders to now having somebody behind me who I think, well, I've got a problem. What should I do? And the first thing that comes to mind is, all right, I'm going to get in touch with Jamie. He's probably sick of the sound of my voice, but I'm going to get in touch with him because you know what? That's what he's there for. He
yeah,
is there to help me.
yeah,
This is the investment that I've made as a cleaning company owner, to have somebody like you by my side to take me through these issues, and to be there for me on a day-to-day basis. So
absolutely.
yeah.
Yeah, I could never
Thank you, by
be.
the way. Thank you.
Look, Maz, first of all, I could never be sick of the sound of your voice. Like, honestly, hearing from you lights up my day. So reach out, you know this, reach out as often as you need to. It's a joy to hear from you. But yeah, I agree. And I also, I have a coach and a mentor for my coaching business because as you rightly said, when you start off, it's like, well, how do you know what to do? It's just trial and error, it's just learning. And if you can find someone that's had that experience before and they've been there and they've made some of those mistakes, and I definitely have. And I can say to you, oh, Maz, don't do that because when you do that, that happens. It's really beneficial. So when you look at where you were then and where you are now, you've mentioned a little bit about feeling like you had so many problems and issues coming up, and now you don't feel that way. But in terms of where the business is at now compared to what it was, where it was rather when we first started, what's the difference been?
Yeah.
Like, what does it look like now in comparison to then?
I think, you know what, Jamie, this is a fantastic question. And like if I sit here and think where I am now, it absolutely blows my mind away. Honestly, like when I joined up the Clean Up Academy, I think as any business owner, we kind of have that little bit of cockiness here where we think, and you know what, too right, we should be so proud of ourselves because we made that jump and started a business, and that's credit to us from the beginning. But we kind of have that a little bit where we think, do you know what, yeah, like go on me, like I'm
Yeah,
a business owner,
yeah,
but I sit here now and I think like where I've gone in the last 6 months, and you know what, it fills me with immense pride because when I started, um, with yourself, and I remember one of the first initial conversations that we ever had, and I mentioned to you that, Jamie, I'm thinking of going into commercial cleaning because I've read so much about it. It's so profitable. I have such a headache from these domestic clients, and I've got two kids, so you can imagine I've got a constant headache. But it's just made worse by these people, and I just think, oh God, Jamie, like we had this chat, and I said, I think I should go down this route. So, you and I, we had a chat, and we put a little number against it. I think we should start off slowly. Let's see what happens. Let's just test the waters and see what happens. And I think we put like three commercial clients by 6 months.
Yeah.
And the thing that fills me with most pride about, like what's happened to me over the last 6, 7, 8 months, whatever it is that I'm sat here now and I've like tripled that amount. I've got like that many commercial clients behind me. My business has just flourished in the last 6 months. I think
Wow.
within the first month of joining the Cleanup Academy, my work phone just didn't stop ringing, to a point where I had to hide it because I didn't want to look at it anymore. Because I was just like, oh my God, I'm just always working. But the this was like sort of the fruits of the hard work that we'd sort of initially put in, where you gave me so much to think about, and I walked away with so much information. And I thought, right, I need to make some changes here. I need to do things differently. I need to look at my business and ask myself some serious questions.
Yeah.
And the moment I started implementing these changes and doing things differently, I noticed that things were working out better for me financially. Things were working out better for me in terms of my life, and things were going right. And when problems would occur, I wouldn't slip into that panic mode where I would panic straight away and think, "Oh my God, what am I going to do?" I suddenly found myself thinking, "Okay, hang on. There's a solution to every problem. So what's the problem, and let's try and get to a solution." And my business now is just at heights that I never ever thought that they would be, like commercially, where like I just like I quit a job to start this business.
Yeah.
And that is a big thing to do, because you go from a guaranteed income every month to literally no income every month.
Yeah.
And I sit here now and I think, these commercial clients that I've got with me now, these are like guaranteed. And it's incredible, because all the information that I've got from the academy has helped me to get here. All the mentoring from yourself and the information that I get off you and the others in the academy has got me to this point. So I think for me personally, like, it's the best thing that I've ever done.
Wow. Wow. Full disclosure for anyone watching this, we don't plan what we're going to say before we get on these calls. I'm a big believer in making sure that this feels transparent. Like, I want it to feel honest. I asked Maz if she'd be happy to do a video testimonial. Maz very courteously and kindly agreed, but I sent Maz a couple of questions that I was going to ask her beforehand, just to prep her. But I don't know this stuff until we get on the call. So it's lovely to hear it. Because I think week to week we're so focused, I think sometimes on, what's the focus for this week? Where are we up to? What's next? But it's so nice to sit down and reflect. And yeah, that's the first time I've heard you say that, but it means the world to me. It really does. And I really appreciate you saying it, Maz. But I also want to say, I'm glad that you've had so much value from the academy, but you have worked so hard to get to where you have got to. And I'm just happy to be any part of that journey, big or small. But just want to say, like, you have worked so incredibly hard over the 6 months plus, and you deserve every bit of success that you've had. That's through things that you've done. So a round of applause for you, honestly, Maz, because
Cheers, mate.
it's not been easy. We both know that running a cleaning business is grueling. Anyone watching this, if you're watching this, you most likely run a cleaning business. I'd be surprised if you're watching this and you didn't. But if you do, like, you know how tiring it is to run a cleaning business. You know how much effort and energy it takes on a daily basis, a weekly basis, months and years. So yeah, Maz, you've done an absolutely amazing job. What's it like being a part of the academy on like a day-to-day basis, a week-to-week basis, with the training, the community, the mentorship? You've touched on it a bit, but like, what's it like?
Yeah, I think it's really nice, actually, because when we sort of like run this our cleaning companies, we get lost, like come Monday and everybody has that, oh, it's Monday again. And Wednesday you think, oh my God, what kind of week? Oh, it's been terrible. And then Friday comes and we all cheer, oh thank God it's Friday. And then two
Yeah,
days later it's Monday again,
yeah,
and it's difficult. And just to have like I think, like, it's I really appreciate, like, on a Monday when I receive like a message from you, like it's Monday, come on, what are your problems this week? What are your bottlenecks? What can we do to help? Where are you going in your business? I love that. I absolutely love it because I think it's fantastic. Like to just get up on a Monday and think, okay, it's Monday, give me 10 coffees first and then I'll deal with the day. And if I don't receive a message off you by midday, I start to wonder, right, where's that Jamie gone?
Where's
You
Jamie
know
gone?
what I mean?
What's he doing?
Why is he delayed today? What's he doing? You know what I mean? It's fantastic. And to have the group, on the chat, like everybody's like, um, we're more or less like the same. We're all running like cleaning businesses, and we're all going through possibly the same issues or the same problems, and we're all just there for each other.
Yeah.
If I ask a question, within minutes somebody's answered it.
Yep.
If I'm looking for something, within minutes somebody's there. And to have that kind of community, like I said, I mean, there's forums out there, but this is just so personal. Just so much more.
Yeah.
Right there behind me, and we all cheer each other on a Friday, and just celebrate each other's wins. Like, if you made it through the week without telling yourself you're not quitting at least 10 times, that's a celebration within itself.
Yeah.
Because who doesn't do that? Forget the fact that you're a cleaning business. Who in business does not do that? In any business, we're all struggling, or we're all going through the same trials and the same problems. So we're all there just for each other. And I think it's absolutely fantastic.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. The community is, I didn't expect it when I first kind of launched the academy. I didn't know the community would be such an amazingly powerful part of it. I'd hoped, of course, but we're very selective about who we let into the academy. The reason for that is because I know how important the community is. And if you get one person that comes in that's the wrong personality for it, who wants to take and not give, and then it really spoils the whole thing. And I think you hit the nail on the head. Like, everybody is so giving, but it's also this understanding that for people to receive, they know they have to give. They know that if they give information, they give support, they give value to each other, they'll get it back from 25, 30 other people. So it's this amazing community of people. Maz, I'm just so happy you've been a part of it, and long may that continue. What would you say to anyone that's on the fence about joining the academy? Maybe they've heard about the academy, or they're thinking about it, but they're not quite sure. What would you say to someone who's on the fence about joining?
I mean, I'll go back to the beginning of this conversation where I said to you I was 90% sure after I first spoke to you that I was joining the academy. And I spoke to my sister at the time, who, as a family, me and my sisters, we're really, really close, and we'll ask each other for advice on things all the time. And I spoke to my sister and I said, look, I'm thinking of getting a coach. I think I need help. I think I've come to a stage in my business where I'm doing the same thing every day. I'm getting tired and bored. And I need somebody there. I need somebody to help me, because when things go wrong, I feel really lonely. I feel like I'm distancing myself from the entire world when things go wrong, and I'm going through, this period where I think now I need help. It's just like anything in life. If you need help, you need help. And my sister said to me, "Oh, who is this person? Give me their name. I want to Google them instantly." And I was like, okay, oh my God, is she going to come back and tell me this guy's a complete weirdo and he's going to take my money and run off, And she said to me, don't sign up yet, don't do it. And I had a call booked in with you for the next day, and I thought, well,
Yeah.
she better be quick because I'm about to say yes. And and she didn't get back to me, and I thought, right, I'm doing this because I had to look at I did my research, as you do with anything, you do your research. And I thought, right, I'm doing this. And I signed up, and I thought, God, I hope to God my sister does not come back and ask me, have you signed up with this man? And what the hell are you doing? And she came back to me a few days later, and she says to me, she said, tell me more. Have you signed up to the coach? And I thought, right, I either lie to her or I tell her the truth. And I thought, right, I'm just going to tell her. And I said, yeah, I've done it. And she said to me, do you know what? Good on you. Good. I'm so glad you've done it because, do you know, you need this. You need this for yourself, you know. And one thing people have to realize that any investment that you make is an investment on yourself. Any investment you make in a coach, you're investing in you
Yeah,
because this business is you. You know, it's you, it's your business, and financially, it's going to better you. So if you look at it that, oh, it's going to cost me X amount of money if I join up with this coach a month or, every 6 months or a year, whatever it is, that money you're investing in yourself because they are going to give you the knowledge, they're going to give you the answers to the problems, and I've invested this money in you. However, the benefits have been surreal. I sit here and sometimes I have to slap myself and I think, oh my god, I can't believe it, that I own a business. And like I said, me and my family were quite close. My
yeah.
sisters are really close, and sometimes we gather around on a Sunday, and they say to me, I just can't believe that, my sister owns a business, a cleaning company, a profitable cleaning company, a company that has made her so happy. Because
Yeah.
if you'd have met me a year ago, Jamie, it would have been a completely different story. You probably have to give me like counseling sessions every week instead of coaching sessions. It's like a completely different story. But the, the happiness that you brought into my life through the things that you've taught me, and just the fact that you've been there for me, I feel like I've made like such a good friend first and
Oh,
foremost before anything else.
yeah.
And sometimes, I mean, like, anybody who can put up with my jokes is just brave. And you just suck them up, and I love it. So for me, look, as a cleaning business owner, the investment that I made was for me, to benefit me. And I can sit here and tell you that, look, it's the best thing that I ever did.
Wow.
So if you're thinking of investing in you or investing in your company first and foremost, that investment is in you. I'd do it. And I'd definitely do it in yourself, Jamie, because for me, you're worth every penny. You're worth every penny, definitely.
Maz, honestly, it lights me up more than you could possibly know to hear that. Like I said before, like we don't plan this. I have no idea what you're going to say when you get onto this. I might ask you the question. You're like, yeah, don't do it. Nah, not for you. No, don't do it. Don't do it. Don't sign up. But honestly, Maz, I'm so impressed with what you've been able to achieve, and it's so great having you as a part of the academy. I'm so grateful and yeah, for your kind words, and I fully agree. Like we get on so well. I absolutely love speaking with you. You know that I do. We always have a laugh and it's fun. It always gives me energy. And for me, there are two types of people in the world. My dad told me this, and I echo it fully. There are people that give you energy, and there are people that take your energy. And I definitely feel that when we converse, I always leave that conversation with more energy. So yeah, I'm incredibly grateful, and I'm incredibly grateful for you sitting down and doing this, Maz. You didn't have to. I asked you if you would, and you gladly agreed to do it, and I'm so grateful.
I think I
So
snapped
thank
your
you
hand
so
off,
much.
didn't I? I was like, yes, give it to me.
Yeah, you
Yes,
did. Yeah,
yeah. Been
it's
waiting to be
always
asked this question for
it's
seven
always
months.
tough to ask. It's always tough to ask, but I'm just so glad that you've got the value from it. And like I said, long may it continue. But thank you so much for sitting down, doing this, Maz, sharing your thoughts, being open and being honest, and sharing what you've been able to achieve over the past 6 months plus. It's been amazing to be any part of it, and I'm just so proud of you.
Thanks a lot, Jamie. Thank you.
See you soon, Maz. Bye.
Bye.